Number 10. I really wanted to like Final Fantasy Ever Crisis because I'm a fan of Final Fantasy VII. It does a good job of retelling the stories we know, and the graphics are pretty good for a mobile game. But the game really wants you to spend money. You can play without spending, but it's really hard. Overall, it's okay RPG game if you really love Final Fantasy VII and don't mind the problems. Number 9. I like games where you can build your character and explore, and this game has that. The story was interesting, though some parts were still in Chinese since the translation isn't finished yet. The graphics looked okay, but nothing amazing. If you really like games where you build your character and go on adventures, you might like this one on your phone. Number 8. This game got that old school vibe with the graphics and music, and you wander around doing quests and leveling up your character. It's got that RPG feel to it, but honestly, the story's not that interesting and the dialogue is kinda cheesy. If you're looking for a quick hit of nostalgia, it's alright, but it's not going to blow you away. Number 7. I tried out on December because it looked cool and I'm into these kinds of action RPG games. It was fun for a while, the combat felt good and the whole build your own character thing was interesting at first. But sadly, it got repetitive after a while, and the whole character customization system ended up feeling more complicated than fun. Might be worth checking out if you're a hardcore fan of the genre, but it wasn't quite my thing. Number 6. Fairy Tail Fierce Fight initially caught my attention with its colorful character. And flashy abilities. The graphics were decent, and the idea of collecting and leveling up characters seemed promising. The story seemed generic, and the gacha system made it feel like the game was designed to squeeze money out of players. Fairy Tail isn't a bad game to kill some time. Number 5. I played Vendir, Plague of Lies, and it was okay. It reminded me of old RPGs I used to play, which was cool. I liked choosing my party and fighting enemies. The world and story were interesting too, but sometimes it got boring, especially when I had to fight the same enemies over and over. It's a good game if you like old RPGs, but it has some problems. Number 4. Potion Permit is a cute and fun game. I like the colorful pixel art and the story about helping a town. As the chemist, I made potions to cure people, which was different and interesting. Overall, Potion Permit is a good game if you like cute art and a little bit of adventure. It's relaxing to play, even if some parts feel repetitive. Number 3. Honestly, I didn't expect much from Pascal's Wager. A tough game like Dark Souls on a phone seemed tricky, but I was pleasantly surprised. It's actually fun to play, the fighting feels good, and it looks pretty cool too with a dark, spooky style. I highly recommend this game. Number 2. Assis is a great RPG with a weird and wonderful alien world. The graphics are super cool, and the combat has this neat twist where you can block enemy attacks perfectly. Feels awesome when you nail it. The story gets a little complicated, and sometimes you might feel like you're grinding away, but don't write it off. If you dig sci-fi adventures and aren't afraid of a tiny bit of a challenge, Assis offers a surprising amount of fun for your phone. Number 1.
Really help me. You can't avoid.
I tried solo leveling, Arise because I like action RPGs. The game looks pretty cool, with good graphics. The story is probably based on a webtoon I don't know, so it didn't make much sense to me. If you're into action games and cool fights, it might be fun for a bit. It's free, so you don't lose anything by trying it out. So there you have it, 15 RPGs that are way cooler than anything the Play Store's been suggesting lately. Hopefully, you found a few new games to try.